bail out of. Even though I started it, I just had to get out of it. I was going insane. Like, you can go, this stuff can really drive you insane. Like, I'm battling insomnia from it. It's weird. South America is pushed way over, halfway to Africa. It was never over that far. It was right down underneath. This is something that's really going on. It's really happening, and people need to, the more people that see about it, the better, I think. About a year or two ago, I don't remember why I was looking this up, but I wasn't sure if it was GHANDI or GAHNDI. And I looked it up, and it was GHANDI. So now it's GANDHI. And this was just like a year or two ago. And that's one of the things, like, these people say, oh, your memories are faulty, the Berenstain Bears, you don't remember them since you were a kid, that was 20 or 30 years ago. Well, what about that? What about me looking up Gandhi, getting the name, getting the spelling of it, knowing for a fact that it was GHANDI, and now there's no trace of it ever being spelled like that. It's some other weird spelling where it's Gandhi. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in there. And I don't know exactly what there seems to be this certain faction of people that have this agenda to constantly remind everybody how faulty their memories are and how fallible the human memory is. We know that, but that's not what's going on here. Like, this is stuff that we know for a fact that we remember, and now it's different, and we have no way of proving that what we remember was actually the way it was, or still is in some other universe or whatever. Go in the James Bond video, and he smiles at her, and she smiles back, and now she has no braces. So what the hell is going on there? But if you look at the comments, this is really important. If you look at the comments, it's like the video's like been up there for like 3 years or something, and none of the comments from like 2 or 3 years ago say anything about it. It's only the last couple months or couple weeks or whatever where people were saying, wait a minute, I thought she had braces. So how come nobody noticed that in the 3 years that that video's been up? Nobody ever noticed that she didn't have braces, but now she did. And then this is why you kind of know there's definitely some kind of disinformation campaign or something going on. One of the comments under there, this person is on there saying, your memory is faulty and that's it. You suffer from cognitive dissonance or confirmation bias or whatever it is. Why are these, who is this? Who is doing that? Why are they so eager to tell people that their memories are wrong? There's an agenda behind this, I'm sure of it. So if this isn't like different universes or different realities or something, then what is it? Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know. The people that are making these videos, keep doing it. We need this. We need like a support group or something, or you know, because a lot of us are having a bit of a hard time with this, and you really feel like you could be going crazy or something. Who knows what's ultimately behind it? I don't know. There probably is some kind of nefarious orchestration behind it, but I think somehow this is all working out for our awakening, somehow, like to evolve to a higher state of consciousness or something like that. I hope that's what it is, because it's really weird. This is a huge situation. It means something big. There's never been anything like it that we know of. And I would just encourage people, don't let whoever these people are that keep wanting to tell you for whatever their reason. People that claim that this is all nonsense spend a lot of their time, like hours upon hours of every day, just in their post and trying to tell people that they don't remember what they know they remember. So I don't know what that's about. Why would you spend time doing something that you think is nonsense?
And we can't deny this anymore, people. There's no room for arguing facts. This is my King James Version Bible. I am a researcher and a follower of the Mandela effect. I am a big believer of the Mandela effect and the fact that it does indeed exist. Um, in my Bible, now I'm just going to kind of show this to you quickly. I'm sure you're not going to be able to read anything here, but this is the front. This is the front of my Bible. And what I've done is basically referenced in the front of my Bible both changes, chapter and verse changes that both I have found as well as what other researchers have found. So, anyway, the reason I'm touching on this real quick is just to say that if the technology exists, which there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because it does. This is indeed our reality, okay? So this is in existence, okay? And our Bibles have changed. If they can do this, which they are, then, I mean, what can't they do? Okay? I know they can certainly control people through mind control. I know that they can harm people through electromagnetic radiation, and they can adjust people's natural state of being in terms of their natural frequency level by assaulting you through electromagnetic frequencies to change what is in your natural aura to make sure that you have, like a really, really bad day. so, so all of this capability is out there. All of this technology exists. Okay, so just wanted to put that out there real quick. Again, peace and blessings in Jesus' name.
Can somebody please tell me how is it possible Billy Graham has died 3 times? When I sat down at my computer days ago and I have my browser set to Bing, and that was one of the news icons at the bottom. Billy Graham has passed away. And it struck me immediately. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. That's the 3rd time. The last occurrence of his passing, I believe, was 2012-ish. And before that, I'm not certain what the date was. But for me, in my perceived version of reality, the Matrix, multiverse, whatever you want to call it, in my perception, what I recall, this is the 3rd time. It's the 3rd time. Just a portion of the population. Some of you will scoff at it. Some of you have an idea. Some of you are wondering about it. And some of you are completely convinced. What I'm referring to is Mandela effect. Now, I usually don't do in-depth videos on particular subjects, But this time I had just had to chime in on it because it was very peculiar for me. And I know some of you out there, it's also will ring true. This video is not to offer any explanations. I have none. I have no clue what's going on. But it is still odd, regardless. Mandela effect. What is it? We've been trying to figure that out for a couple of years now. What? What's going on? I was speaking with someone the other day. We just got on the subject of Mandela, different things that have happened that are verifiable changes. Still don't know why. But now imagine a still pond, still water, a body of water that is still, no movement. You throw a rock into that water. Across that linear or that realm, that perception, where that pebble enters the water, you get your ripples. Now, let's say that body of water is time, but we really don't have a perception of time. We really, that's a whole nother, I'm not going there. But just for the sake of conversation, let's say that pond is time. And someone does something to that to cause ripples in it. The sound wave, the sine, up and down, your ripples. Do I dare say CERN did something? Did CERN throw a rock into the timeline? And now we're experiencing the ripples from that? Now, what could be conceived or perceived as scary is once those ripples settle and that pond becomes still again, what is going to be the reality? Will everyone's perception come in line at that point? Or will we still be living multiple perceptions? I mean, what's going on? As you can see, I'm just still bewildered by this mess. Think about it. Investigate it. Check it out for yourself. Because if this is some type of glitch in a matrix and it's trying to correct itself, or something or someone is still damaging reality. Man. That's why I don't do videos on this stuff. There's just too much you can speculate on, create your hypotheses, opinions, but in the end, we still have no answers. None.
All right, so y'all know that I'm a Christian, or some of y'all do anyway. And I've experienced the Mandela effect. You could say I'm Mandela affected. And it's weird because, I would have these experiences where it seemed like people were not even, remembering what they said a few minutes ago. And like it was changing, like they're different people. And it's like, what the hell is happening, And a lot of people explain it as we're shifting around in different versions of reality and stuff and blah, blah, blah. And you got the double slit experiment, which supposedly proved that parallel realities exist and that they're just as real as this one. And I propose that that is false. Because, all right, look, there's this book I was reading, Time in a Bottle, by Howard Falco. And he has this explanation in there of how theory of relativity, or E equals mc squared, is basically a description of what's going on here. Like, if you rearrange that equation, what you have is m equals E over I. So mass equals the total energy divided by intention, which replaces the speed of light. And I've also heard other people, theorists or whatever, philosophers, explaining that they think the speed of light is, or I've heard it referred to as causality. So what I'm saying is that I don't think that we're jumping around between all these multiple realities or whatever, and like glitches in the matrix and whatever. I believe that there is just one reality, and that would be M, basically matter. That's what we have here, what we call reality, and it is created by us out of all of the possibilities, the superpositions, the parallel universes and all that, total energy. That's the potential. And we are, the c squared, intention and causality. We're, that on that side of the equation is what's going on. Is, it's like we're picking from these, picking what we can do, free will, what we want to do, whatever. And so I don't know. It has been shown, and I'm not a mathematician. There's a video I'm going to link to. I'm just saying I do not believe that we're all jumping around between all these different parallel realities that are totally real and blah, blah, blah. I think that, yes, we are co-creators, but again, there is only one reality, and somehow, I don't know how, it's being, it's changing. The M is variable.